Hello, how you doing? I'm going to talk about Charlie Kirk. This is the second video about Charlie Kirk. And as I said before, I am in no way endorsing assassinations, murders. I am in no way endorsing that. My condolences go out to his family. I wouldn't want anybody to go through this. Um, but seeing as how I don't know him, I do think I should do some research. And in my opinion, this is what the Lord is telling me. Pride is his necklace. Psalm 73:5. Pride is his necklace. Um, and as you know, Proverbs 18:12 says, pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. He's a member of the super whites. Donald Trump is his idol. Everything that is wrong in America is the fault of Black culture. Everything that is wrong in America is the fault of every Black man, woman, and child. He exonerates the white man. He exonerates the white man for kidnapping Blacks from Africa, for raping men, women, and children. He exonerates the Black man for doing that. Out of control sexual behavior, heterosexual, homosexual, rape, pedophilia. He exonerates the white man from doing that. He exonerates the white man for doing all these murders of Black slaves. And then Jim Crow. He exonerates the white man for all these lynchings. And what about the American Indian? He exonerates the white man for killing every man, woman, and child in the Indian culture. Now, of course, like I said, you're going to make a lot of money criticizing Black culture. If you find everything that's wrong with Black culture, you're going to make a lot of money doing it. You really are. You're going to make a lot of money criticizing Black culture. Okay? You can become a multimillionaire if the truth is known. All you have to do is criticize Black culture, blah, blah, blah. Okay? Violence covers them. The word says violence covers them as with a garment. Violence covered him if you just listen to his rhetoric. Everything that's wrong with his marriage is to follow Black culture. Violence covers him with a garment. If you sow hatred, well, you will reap hatred. You need to let his movement die. Okay. Ecclesiastes 8:3, it says, do not take your stand for an evil thing. He took his stand for an evil thing. White supremacy. Everything that's wrong with America is the fault of Black culture. He took his stand for an evil thing. White power. Die. Okay? And he did it by denigrating Black culture. Now, he didn't criticize white culture. He exonerates the white culture. See, okay, who is righteous among, okay, he's criticizing every Black man, woman, and child. And the question is, who is righteous among them? There are some righteous people that he's criticizing. But he just put all Black people under a blanket. Okay, it's the Lord calls him wicked. He says in Ecclesiastes 8:10, it will not be well with the wicked, nor will he prolong his days. He will not have a long life. Because he does not fear before God. He's criticizing one of God's creations. He does not fear God. He has made Trump an idol. What I hear the Lord saying about him, that he was prideful. He was wicked. He was an idolater. He idolized Trump. He was a worker of iniquity. He had pompous words. And he covered it all under Christianity. But you know what? White supremacists do that. They hide behind Christianity and say white supremacists, blah, blah, blah. Donald Trump hides behind the Bible. Donald Trump hides behind Christianity. And we all know he's a pagan. Psalm 7:8 says, judge me according to my righteous. Okay, and integrity. He has no integrity. Let the wickedness of the wicked come to an end. It will come to an end. Evil shall slay the wicked. His own evil slayed him. Excuse me, Donald Trump's evil slayed him. Almost got him. But the Lord had mercy, just moved his head a little bit to the what? Left? A quarter of an inch. Now, he had the money to put sharpshooters on those buildings. Why he didn't put pay a sharpshooter to go on top of those buildings is beyond me. Why he didn't put some kind of plastic or plexiglass barrier around himself, because he's preaching hatred. Why he didn't do that is beyond me. Some kind of plastic enclosure. So I don't understand that either. In Psalms 12:13, who is the man that loves life? Keep his tongue from evil and his lips from speaking deceit. His tongue was evil. The face of the Lord is against those who do evil. He did evil. There is none righteous, not one. I don't care how much he talks about the Bible. Really, he can give you, if you just listen to his speeches, he can give you chapter and verse that will justify what he's doing and what he's saying. He can give you chapter and verse easily. Just like the Klan, they hide behind the Bible. Evil shall slay the wicked. Nevertheless, he can give you all kinds of chapters and verse. But look, nevertheless, evil shall slay the wicked. And those who hate the righteous shall be condemned, because among those black people that he's criticizing, there are some righteous ones. None of those who trust in him shall be condemned. They devise deceitful matters against the quietness in the land. He devised deceitful matters against black, and you may as well include American Indians too. The workers of iniquity has fallen. He's a worker of iniquity. Okay, evildoers shall be cut off. Psalms 37:9. The workers of iniquity have fallen. Psalms 36:12. Okay, evildoers shall be cut off. Psalms 37:9. That's why it's going to happen. When you're a public evildoer, you really you're going to be cut off. The wicked plots against the just, they have drawn their sword to cast down the poor and needy, because among the blacks he's criticizing are the poor and needy. You know, for that matter, why didn't he build poor whites a house? They poor too, some poor. Why did he go to Kentucky and build some houses? The arms of the wicked shall be broken. Now, okay, Ecclesiastes 8:10, it says, it will not be well with the wicked. It would not be, nor will he prolong his days. God will deliver a soul from death. But he didn't, for those who fear God. But see, he did not fear God. Like I said, he can give you chapter and verse to justify what he's saying, even though he's preaching hatred and destruction of black culture. Okay, those who seek the Lord should not lack any good thing. So he didn't seek the Lord. That tells me that since he lacked any good thing, he did not seek the Lord. He never asked the Lord to keep a gate over my mouth, as much as he claimed to know about the scripture. He spoke deceit against black culture, against the quietness in the land. But why didn't he cursed the darkness? Why didn't he light a candle? Why didn't he put some black people in housing? Why didn't he put some old black people in housing? Why didn't he put some old white people in housing? Why didn't he put some handicapped people in housing? Okay, evil doers shall be cut off. There's blessings of helping the Lord. He was a Trump protege. He put Trump on a pedestal. So what I see is what the Lord is telling me. Pride was his necklace. He was a prideful man. He was wicked, idolatry. He was a worker of iniquity. He had pompous words. Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. Now, his wife is saying they're going to carry on the movement. Now, hadn't she had enough tragedy in her family last her a couple of lifetimes? What she needs to do is let his movement die. Let his hatred die. Let his worker of iniquity die. She needs to let all of that die. That's what I would tell her. Let his movement die. We have enough hatred in this country. We have a hate monger as a president. We don't need any more. That's what I would tell her. And look, you don't curse the darkness. You light a candle. Bye.